Hey! We will rock you. Good morning, everybody. We will rock you. That's our plan today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Office Hours. It is I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Come on, push it, guys. Push it to the limit. I need everybody at 10,000% this morning. We need to wake this country up. We need to wake this world up. We are living on this beautiful marble, this blue marble, and we're all stuck here together. We're not getting off this planet anytime soon. We gotta learn to live together. That's my message today. Can we come together? Can I get together with everybody right now and say, let's have peace and harmony? They got the sneak peek of the music video property, which is now, if Matt was telling me, is blowing up on the internet. Apparently, it's the #1 video of all time.
The pounding.
And they're saying it's going to be more important and actually more sort of enjoyed than videos like Thriller and Beat It and the rest. And Like a Virgin from Madonna, which was also a video that we all remember.
It's going to be more enjoyed than Like a Virgin. Wow.
It's going to be a bigger video than the one with Christopher Walken dancing through the hotel with his suit on. What was that one? Fat Boy Slim?
Yeah.
Well, my video is just Fat Boy. Nothing slim about it. We're going to be talking to the director of that video later in the show and into After Hours. We're also going to be talking with James Adomian. James Adomian, are you with me?
Yo, Tim, how you doing?
You expect me to talk seriously with you? Is this what you want me to do? How can I do that when you're such a funny guy? It's disrespectful to our audience. So it's fully drenched.
Oh.
Just acknowledging it. I don't want people just going on about it and thinking that I don't know, I don't care. I care. Listen, Matt Sweeney, I'm sorry that we held you waiting here, but people don't understand. If people don't understand, you are one of the greats. You are one of the great rock and roll guitar players, maybe of all time. You're up there with Jimi Hendrix.
I love pretty music.
We have the First Lady of the United States, the third wife of our president, Melania Trump. Hello, Mrs.
America.
Trump. Hello, America.
Hello.
Mrs. Trump, what an honor to be speaking. Not really. I'm not a big fan of your husband's administration, but I have respect for the office. And that's what I'm going to show you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't respect my husband. He's a very funny man, but no respect.
There's a brand new one?
This is one that we haven't seen yet. It just
please.
Came out like half an hour ago.
Can we watch that?
Yeah.
So, to my favorite people in the world, the seniors. I'm a senior. I know you don't know that. Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows
You
that.
don't have to tell them, but I'm a senior.
What
they
price?
did
What are,
to the
you're not
world,
doing
to
anything.
us.
7 months!
we
7
have
motherfucking months, you piece of
Medicine
shit!
Right now, and I call him a cure.
You're
I
not
went into
doing
the hospital
shit!
because I was very sick. And
They'll
I
pay a
took
price,
medicine,
believe me.
And it was incredible. Each one
All you do
had
is you're just a
swine
fucking
flu,
empty
and it
suit.
was one of the great disasters.
You're a liar,
He didn't know
you
what he was
cunt!
doing. But I do know what I'm doing.
No, you don't!
Seniors are going to be taken care of, and then everybody's going to be taken care of.
And
It's
all, as long
coming
as you
out
vote for
really
me, we're
fast.
going to have
So,
fucking
Thank you very much.
Nirvana.
We love you. We love America.
All right, now, talk to me about James, our beautiful director. If you haven't watched the Property video, people are saying he's one of the great. And listen, this video would not have been able to be made by anybody else. It would have taken people years to do this. James.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, it's been okay, you know? It's been a bit
thank
hard.
you. Thanks for the nice thing you've been saying.
James, you're what's great about you is you're a fan of Office Hours. You're an on cinema head, but you're also an acclaimed director in your own right. Apparently, my label said we want to. I'm not a music video guy. I don't think that way. I don't necessarily always like them. But my label said, we think we should do another video after the Fear of Death one.
We've got to do some videos.
We should do one for Property. I said, if you could figure it out, I'm on board to help. But I don't really want to come up and sit around and come up with a bunch of ideas and figure out how to do it. And Ben from my label said, well, this guy James is really talented. Should we ask him? And you came in with all these ideas. you came in with so many references, and you wrote a big treatment that I didn't read, and I said, let's do it.
I knew you didn't read it.
I read enough to know that this kid cares.
You went with the first. I gave 10 ideas. And you went with the first one.
I think
thought
that's
Tim just read the first line.
that might be, but
that's good though.
What I did do, as I said, I want you to be free to do what you think is going to be best, and I'll help you out as much as I can. But I'm not going to go and micromanage, and it's either going to work or it's not going to work. And boy, it worked. It was a little interesting to direct remotely. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was kind of, at first it was weird, and then I really got into it, and I kind of saw like an opportunity to like do this like all the time. I don't need to leave my flat, you know. But it was weird because I kind of felt for you as well, Tim, because like it kind of, normally if I'm there, you know, like you bounce off people and you get ideas, but it was kind of, I'd see you, you'd be in front of the green screen, then we'd call it, and then you'd go off into another like room. I didn't know where you'd gone, and I was like, what's happening? I'd be left on my own with like Charlotte as well.
Well, it is one of the great things about making stuff. I've talked about this before, is sort of the hang. Like it's fun to just be on set and hang out with whoever's around and gossip, or you know, just talk about whatever, joke around. And that's kind of gone for the moment, but you know, we got it done.
Yeah, I'm such a big fan. So I kind of like, I was disappointed we couldn't like do it in person, but you know, this is next best thing. So it was all good, and you put in a great performance. And,
it was a thing where it took a minute or two to figure out what the vibe, because again, I didn't think about it or plan on it or kind of put much effort into like what it was going to be. But then once you start doing it, you're like, oh, okay, we can do it this way, and that's going to work, and all that stuff. But I was also impressed with how quickly you turned all that animation around. They did it in like, what was it, less than a month, right? It was about.
Well, we did it in 2 weeks, and and hats off to Alfie Dwyer, the 3D artist. Like we worked every day, like, you know, all hours, getting it done, and he was amazing, and you know, like it was pretty insane turnaround time.
I want to thank everybody for joining me. This has been a very fun show. We'll see you in the after hours with my special guest, who's going to take it away now, and we will dip.
Absolutely. Oh, look there. Okay, sorry. Absolutely.
There you go. All
right.
Hi, Dad.
My father is here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Good to be here.
Oh, you have a camera on this guy, huh? This is a nice angle, eh?
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know I had to talk in French. How do you say absolutely in French?
Ah, perfecto.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Should we check back in with James? Or
yeah, sure.
Sure. Maybe
I have a question for James.
James, are you back?
Hi, yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
What time is it there? James, the director of the Property music video, is here, and he's in Bristol, UK.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night.
8 o'clock at night, isn't it? It's quite late, isn't it?
Woke up.
It's getting there.
You appreciate my British accent, correct?
I love Rock and Roll Gary. So
he's not around. Yeah, you know, you can speak with him if you like.
I want more. I love the Who.
Rock and Roll Gary remembers. Yeah, I have to do another one. I apologize. I have to do. Maybe I'll do Pink Floyd or the Stones. You remember Mick?
Rocket, man.
Wait, you know what's confusing about you, James, is your name is James. What's your last name?
Hankin.
But online you're Heinz Junkins. Well, I believe we were in Pittsburgh, home of Heinz ketchup, and we were walking along and saw the Heinz ketchup factory, and I was doing this. I don't know why I was doing Rock and Roll Gary. I just came up with him, but he was like, "This is Rock and Roll Gary for Heinz ketchup. Don't use Hunts. Hunts are for cunts."
No, only Hunts.
Only
eat cunts. No, only cunts eat Hunts.
Yeah, which is not a very offensive word in England. Okay, so everyone calm down.
What about Pittsburgh, though?
Pittsburgh, yous don't mind. Yous don't like that word. All right.
You fucking cunt.
What about this, James?
Yeah.
What is the animator? First of all, we got to give a lot of credit to Robert Beatty, who made the album cover, and we talked about using the cover as sort of the palette for the video, and it's like the way in. So, what was the what did you and Alfie, the animator, what program are you using to do all that work?
So it was kind of it was for me because I've never used this sort of stuff before, but they were using Blender, and we based it off the album cover, and then Alfie does what he does, like in Blender. You know, it kind of from my point of view, it was a real like I didn't really get it at first. Like I kind of got it. I kind of got what we could do.
Yeah.
But as soon as Alfie started sort of showing me, like, you know, he took my storyboard, so then he was like, "This is what we could do." I was like, "Oh my god!" You know, I mean, we only had 2 weeks, but if we had like a month or 2 months, we could have. Like,
it really is amazing for 2 weeks worth of work. I can't believe it.
Massive shout out to Alfie and Robert, who kind of made it what it was. So
yeah,
there you go.
They did the work, and you just said, "Go do it."
Yeah, I said, "Action!" Literally, I was just getting phone calls off Alfie, going, "Oh, is this okay? Can you move the chicken? Can you make it a bit bigger? Can you you know?" So Alfie deserves all the credit. And
Alfie, I'm gonna name him Alfie. He's a British guy. He drives around in a GT, don't he? He's gone down to see the Queen.
He's got an Alfa Romeo.
All right, what's next? Who's next? James, thank you.
Thank you.
James can hang out if you
want.
Of course. I'll leave him unmuted.
Oh, you're having a London Pride there, Pint? Yes,
Me?
Ariel, how can I help you today?
No, I wanted to talk to the director about how involved Rob was coming up with the ideas for the video.
I guess I'll just go home. I mean,
hey Tim.
Rob.
You don't have any question for my
Robert
father?
Beatty.
Oh.
So what was your question was for James in England?
Yeah, I'm also an illustrator. I do a lot of like editorial stuff, and I thought it was an interesting process to take the album cover and like make an entire video that showed like walking around in it. It's a cool idea. I'm curious how involved the actual illustrator was, or if it was the animators like coming up with the ideas, like the chickens everywhere, stuff like that.
James?
Yeah, am I on mute?
No, you're good.
Am I here? I'm here. Okay. Hi. Yeah. Well, I guess like my idea was to bring the album cover to life. That was like that was the idea that I sold to Tim, I think, and then from there I just like storyboarded what I imagined might happen behind, the album cover. So like imagining what might happen, behind the hills or to the side or whatever. And then I spoke to Alfie, who I'd never really met before. Well, he's weird. He's in Bristol, but I've never met him before. We got a mutual friend, and then I just said, "Can you like show me how this works?" So then like I just started, giving him instructions of what to do. And then we collaborated, and he like came up with some cool ideas as well. But so it kind of was just like it was a very weird process of like being each other every day for like 2 weeks.
I had the same question as Ariel. I'm always curious. The original artist, Robert, is it Beatty or Beatty?
I would say Beatty.
Beatty. Like, did he just send you files? Did he get involved? Does he have feelings about taking his art and turning it into other stuff?
Yeah, so we checked with Robert at the beginning, and we said like, "You okay with this idea?" Because it could be a problem, I guess. But he was really into it, and he sent over Photoshop files. So we had like about 4 or 5 more than 4 or 5 layers, but we used 4 or 5 layers for textures of the hills and stuff. But that's all we had. Like, so I was like, oh, maybe he could send over more stuff. But like, literally, I think that's just what he had. So we had to just base it around there. And then Alfie, the reason I got him on board was that I thought his stuff kind of looked a little bit like the album cover. and I was a fan, so it kind of like put the two together and thought,
Yeah.
imagined it could work. So.
We got to get this
Yeah.
Alfie guy on the show. I mean, this guy
It's a
seems
great-
like a
Yeah,
real deal.
no, Tim, I asked him. I said, like, I might be going on office hours. Do you want to come on as well? And he's very shy.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's like a, you know,
I don't
you know, I
want
was
to.
nervous.
I'd rather not. You know.
Bueller.
Can I stay at home? I don't want to speak.
Yeah,
Dad, Rich.
No.
that's cool.
Hold on, I
That's
got a question
cool,
from my dad.
Can I just say also, Alfie's now doing stuff for Eric Andre's new show, which is like a weird coincidence.
Oh yeah,
I didn't,
small world.
Yeah, like I don't think there's any connection. It just so happened he got tapped up for that. So you know.
What's your question?
How did you make the connection with James? He's over there. What?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
So we just we had a studio that you found here in North Hollywood somewhere, and you had a friend who lives here who's a photographer, and
Yeah.
I guess is comfortable doing small shoots. And then so I went there, and there was a green screen and a DP, a guy with a camera, and then you were on Zoom, and he was just there.
Wow.
Watching it.
I've got to say, you know, like I'm a huge fan of everything Tim's done, so it's quite daunting for me to like order him around and say like, Tim, do that, you know, like give it more this, give it more that. So it kind of, I'm really pleased that.
It's kind of nice to do it to have that remotely though, because you probably it maybe would have been more intimidating or more uncomfortable in person.
I am the one who knocks.
I think it probably would have been, yeah.
Thank
But,
you,
know.
Tim.
All right.
Let's talk to Shaq T. I always see Shaq T in here. I don't know if we've talked to him
Shaq
before.
T. Oh, look at Shaq T, Mr. Cool Guy.
Oh yeah.
You know I like cool guys.
You have asbestos Got the lounger going.
Ice hockey games.
Yeah.
Cats away.
Can
The
I
mice
say
will play.
I saw your I literally just saw the video for property.
Yeah, property.
Okay,
Property.
good.
Did you enjoy it?
It's fucking amazing. I loved it. I wasn't expecting it.
Watch your language around my father.
Yeah.
Doesn't appreciate that kind of
I'm
language.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Heidecker. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no fucking problem.
Josh, it was made by a fellow
Gets
Brit.
in. I know. He's from Bristol. I went to uni in Bristol. I didn't finish my course because I didn't like it.
What's
But,
the point, right?
Yeah, what's the point?
Because all the greedy fuckers doubled up on me.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, and thank you to my father for raising me with such good. What's that?
Having you.
And having me. Yes, having me. There you go. Thank you, everyone. All the best. Peace and love. And Sefe Fef Sefa Hi. And thank you, Vic. And thank you, Doug. And thank you, Matt. And thank you, Wes. All the best to you. See you next week, right? We're on next week.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Moonbase 8 coming on November 8th on Showtime.